Oh, Bearclaw. Oh, my God. Why don't you have your lights on?
Oh, sorry.
They're flashing us.
They're flashing us.
Oh,
I gotta
shit.
turn those lights on.
Oh, my God.
I just woke up from the most fucked up dream.
God, you're sweating.
I was making a machine, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there, and we were trying to trap death, and...
You know what, guys?
Nightmare.
I think I see a gas station coming up.
Yeah.
I think we got to pull this thing off the side of the road here on our tour
Good
here.
idea.
Yeah, Dan, you might need something.
I need to change my shorts.
You get angry when you're hungry.
Well, might as well get some enchiladas, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you are afraid of something else. We all call them a man sometimes. You don't know what death is. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Welcome to the madness.
We are the Mouths of Madness, your new favorite podcast for horror movie reviews. We're coming to you live tonight, well, from the Madness car here as we continue the Summer of Madness on the road.
Quick note, Madmobile.
Ooh, the Madmobile.
That's so much better.
Wow.
Madness car, boo.
Let's do that again. We're coming to you live tonight from the Madmobile.
No mad van.
Well, we just got back in the car after the gas station here, and this is our episode 42 on the 1998 Urban Legend. My name is Kevin, and let me introduce you to the other members of Madness. First, we have Dan. Dan, what did you get at the gas station there?
Man, Kevin, I just got some Pop Rocks and some soda. You know, I need a little sugar buzz to just kind of get myself out of this funk from that dream. It was just I'm so surreal, man.
Wow.
Isn't that a little dangerous?
I'm not worried about that. So that's old urban legend shit. I don't buy into that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Next, we have the mayor of Halloween Town. It's Bearclaw. Bearclaw, what did you get? You got a bag here full of
So
stuff.
I got a couple of things here, but the main thing that I think everybody should be excited about is this Madmobile is about to be off the hook, as they would say, because I bought this 24 Cursed Songs album. Gave it to me for a song at the gas station. It was only $5. Couldn't believe I was still buying CDs, but I got it here for us. I think, we're back in the car now. We're all refueled from the gas station. I think it's time we get back on the road, gentlemen, and I think there's nobody better to bring us on the road than some of these tunes here.
I could use some music, man. Yeah.
Dan, get the adapter going here.
Let me
Let's,
get this.
And finally,
All
we
right,
have the youngest member of Madness, my son Logan. Logan, what'd you get? You got a couple enchiladas there?
Oh man, I got some enchiladas, man. They're gonna back up my stomach, but it's okay. You know why? Because I found in the back of that nice gas station some high C Ecto Cooler. That's
Whoa!
right.
Pass
man.
those bad boys up here, man. Come on.
Between that and the enchiladas, just know we're not stopping again for a while, gentlemen.
These expired
So-
in the 90s, so we're gonna be pretty effed up by the end of this.
Anything you gotta do at this point, you're gonna be hanging out the window, so just be ready.
Did you get the adapter working?
Oh yeah, we are ready to go.
All
We got
right.
the G-force skip going. No bumps in the road is gonna
All
stop
right,
this
gentlemen.
machine.
Bearclaw, hit the play. Let's
Hit
see
the
what this
play.
got.
Oh,
God.
what? What
this
is
one's-
this? Yeah.
Oh, this is no.
Well-
Next. Oh, this is my
Again?
jam. Oh, wait, this one. Hold on, everybody. Let's give this one. It's got a little bit of a slow start.
Wait a minute, hang on. You wanna get into this? All right.
Oh, God, I guess if you can't beat them, join them. Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, but I see the look in your eyes.
Turn around.
Is that the Mothman?
Yeah, I thought I saw
Every
something
now
flying
and
over
then I
there.
get a little bit lonely and I don't wanna
Turn around. Did you guys see that clown who was like just standing in the woods? We just drove right by. I'm driving by a little bit fast.
Wait a minute. Did you hear that gas station guy back there?
What was
He's
he
yelling
saying?
something. I don't know. Turn it up.
He's trying to chase us down. We can outrun him. He's only on foot.
Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight. That's a total eclipse of the heart.
It's total.
I'm
eclipse.
moved to tears right now. This is beautiful, guys.
Well, there are a lot of other great horror movie podcasts out there, but what separates us from the other ones, besides being musically inclined, is that we're going to give you the older versus younger generation perspective. Myself, Dan, and Bearclaw were all born in the 1980s, while my son Logan was born in the 2000s. So this is the clash of the generations. Without any further ado, grab your soda and Pop Rocks, pull up a chair, hold on to your straitjacket tight, and let's dive into the madness.
You guys need a break there. Dude, you guys are all over with your lyrics.
We watched Urban Legend from 1998. It was written by Silvio Horta. It was directed by Jamie Blanks. This is kind of a cool story. He was an unknown director at the time, but he had received the screenplay a couple years earlier for the movie Scary Movie, which would later become Scream. He lost the job, obviously, to Wes Craven. But then he received the screenplay for I Know What You Did Last Summer. And he wanted to make a big impression on the movie studio. So what he did was he went out and he directed his own trailer to the movie based on the script and used his own money and friends.
Wow.
And made this trailer.
Talk about making it happen.
Yeah, and the studio loved it, but they had already signed Jim Gillespie as the director for I Know What You Did Last Summer. But the payoff would eventually come when the studio received the screenplay for Urban Legend and offered Blanks the movie. Casting-wise, this is a huge cast. I mean, we have...
Can we name what other projects they're in? 'Cause there's a lot.
Yeah, we have Jared Leto in one of his first movie roles.
It's
as
Morbin
Paul.
time.
Ooh. We also have...
No one's seen that shit.
We also have Alicia Witt as Natalie, and she had done earlier work with David Lynch for Dune in 1984 and Twin Peaks.
Yep.
You know
What was she gonna do?
Alia.
Oh, she was Alia, the sister? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you knew that.
She was like a little kid in that movie. Yeah, because little Alia in that movie had red hair. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
that all tracks.
She was also in Longlegs. She played the mother.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Wow. Tara Reid is in this in one of her first movie roles as Sasha. She had an amazing 1998 and 1999. Best known for
American Pie.
Yes, and she also did The Big Lebowski in 1998 as well.
Oh, she did she? That's right, she did.
Yeah, Rebecca Gayheart stars as Brenda. Rebecca Gayheart had a couple iconic horror movie roles. In 1997, she was in Scream 2, and then in 1999, she was in Jawbreaker. So she had a couple cool bookend roles there. We have Joshua Jackson as Damon. Do you know who he's best known for?
I don't want to
Dawson's
wait.
Yes.
I don't want to wait.
Jesus, this is
For
going to be the
death to
demonetized
come to me.
episode.
Another Dawson's Creek alumni here.
They played the music too.
He was also in Mighty Ducks.
Oh.
What's cool, though, is he had a couple great years here in the late 90s. He did Scream 2 in 1997 alongside Rebecca Gayheart. He also did Apt Pupil in 1998 and Cruel Intentions in 1999.
Forgot he was in that
Wasn't
movie.
he also on The Faculty?
He was not.
What about the Skulls? That was kind of a big
Skulls
movie.
is another one.
Yeah, I think that was in 2000. I believe.
Oh, okay.
So he had a couple of great years in a row. We also have Danielle Harris as Tosh. Do you know who she's best known for?
She is a little girl in the Thorn trilogy.
Yes, she played Jamie Lloyd, but not in all of them, just 4 and 5.
The two worst.
That's right. And also the daughter in Rob Zombie's Halloween, the sheriff's daughter.
We have Robert Englund as Professor Rexler.
Bitch.
What did he do? He hasn't done really anything.
He's
big
relatively
before this.
unknown
He's
at
kind of
this
an
time.
unknown.
He's kind of a nobody.
And we also had a cool cameo from Brad Dourif as the gas station attendant. Did you recognize him?
What a
Oh,
waste of a grade A actor.
Oh, no, I think he maximized his potential with what he had.
You forgot about the most
Oh,
important
he always
one.
does.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Oh, yeah.
You know what he
voice
was in?
actor.
He was in Smallville as Lex
Yeah, he
Luthor.
was Lex
It's Lex Luthor, yeah.
Dude, it's so weird to see him because I was just watching Smallville recently and I see him with hair and I'm like, who are you?
He's
Yeah.
this imposter.
He's got a really good podcast too, especially if you're into like acting and movies. It's like Inside something or another. I forget off the top of my
I've
head,
seen a
but
bunch of different ones.
He's a really good podcast host. He really does a good job of it. But yeah,
Well, maybe sometime we'll have him on the Mouse of Madness.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
that would be pretty awesome.
Geek out.
Urban Legend had a budget of $14 million. Do you know how much it made at the box office?
Ooh, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to go, this made a cool $65 million.
Dan wants to go first here.
I'm going to go with solid $42.1 million.
I'm glad you went first because I'm going to outscore Bearclaw by a little bit. I'm going to go 68 million.
Logan's the closest.
Ah.
Urban Legend made $72.5 million at the box office.
So I was in the neighborhood. I feel good about that guess.
Yeah, it did pretty well. Currently, on Rotten Tomatoes, Urban Legend has a 30% critic score.
What?
And a 38% audience score.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not very kind.
Those are harsh. I would think that would be a little bit better than that.
Well, our buddy Roger Ebert, let's hear what he had to say.
This clown has to say.
This idiot.
Maybe it was him roaming around in the woods.
Not bad here. 2 out of 4 stars. He said Urban Legend is not art, but for its teenage audience, it serves the same purpose, which is to speed up the meeting of like minds. He also had another comment here, and he said, I found this funny, Robert Englund, who is to slasher movies as the Quaker is to oatmeal.
You know, Ebert, he's got a mind, but he doesn't like to use it a lot.
I just think these guys with their whole like, oh, this is art and this is not art. I think that's very closed mind. I think the horror community deserves better, frankly.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Down with Ebert.
yeah, it's kind of funny to look back at these and see what Ebert was thinking and rating them. The one we had just covered, Final Destination, he wasn't too harsh on, so it's kind of cool to see where he lands
2 out
on
of
some of
4,
these.
though, that's not great still.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's good for Ebert, though. Like, Ebert's like, yeah, it's mid.
Yeah.
You're rated like Irene Heretic.
Can you imagine if Ebert had a letterbox, what that would look
Oh
like?
my God. Jesus. Shouldn't have
Well, I'll tell you, I feel like the
It would be
movies
a
now.
hater box.
I feel like the movies nowadays would have killed Ebert because there's just none of his art house stuff that he rates high has survived in Marvel's wake. So,
I mean, I would like to see what he would rate like movies like Hereditary.
yeah, I guess some of that A24 stuff, I feel like
I think he
like
would actually like A24 style compared to like other.
Yeah, well, they do try and really have a solid plot and story, so that's a big.
Swear to God, though.
Over a vast amount of horror movies that we've seen, you know, some of them tend to kind of gloss over that aspect of things.
Yeah.
Some of them no, but you know.
For sure.
Swear to God, if he talks about Midsommar and in any way, I'll come for him.
You're gonna have to travel 6 feet deep.
Yeah,
I will.
That won't stop him.
Warren's pew.
This was Dan's pick for an episode. So Dan, why did you choose Urban Legend for us to review?
It seems so fitting. We've been taking the summer to explore these late 90s horror movies. Urban Legend to me is an essential must cover from that era. I'd put it as my number 2 slasher movie from the Dawson's Creek universe, right behind Scream. I watched this movie quite a bit growing up. I think it's an underrated movie, and I'm curious what you guys and our listeners have to say about this one.
Well, what's our overall thoughts on Urban Legend? Dan, have you seen this one in a while?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but if I could like kind of give you my like big takeaways from this movie. Love the opening scene. I think it's a classic horror movie opener. Again, I think it's criminally underrated. I love the killer in this movie. I love the kills. I love the chase scene. And I love the cast ensemble. I think those are like the big takeaways from this movie in terms of things that I think are really strong, things that I didn't really particularly like. I think the third act is really, really rough. The killer reveal is okay. I would have liked Paul as Brenda's accomplice, maybe. And Paul using the story to launch his journalism career, kind of like what is kind of alluded to. I know that it's like the most obvious one, and it's like such a red herring, but man, I feel like it feels right if they just went that direction.
Yeah.
Paul wouldn't F himself over, right? Unless he's just that messed up in the head. He's like, I don't care. Nothing matters.
No, like, I mean, it'd be him and the
you say
chick together, working together. She's really infatuated with him. He's kind of taking advantage of her. Like, he's the master manipulator behind everything, and he's working it for this story, his career. Then he's got his girl on the side that he's doing all his handiwork for, kind of deal. I didn't like the fake outs. Like, there are too many fake outs at the end, and like they made Brenda pretty much unkillable. Like that's like to me the most glaring issue.
Yeah, she was
Michael
shot,
Myers in that bitch.
projected through a window at 3 stories, if we want to be generous.
And then thrown from a car
And
window.
then pops right up, thrown from a car window. I mean, she is quite durable, so
Doing quite all right at the end of that movie. Like
maybe it's like a Michael Myers crossover thing where like the murders make her stronger kind of thing.
I was thinking maybe she's like the crypt keeper.
Yeah, could be.
She's
Of
just
urban legends.
She's just so crazy that like the craziness.
Crazy.
She's like the bitch from the ninth.
Crazy fuels her
Yeah.
rage.
Yeah, you're right, Logan. She is like the crazy girl from the Ninth Gate. What was her
Yeah,
name?
but that girl was hot.
Seraphine or something.
Oh, the one who is
The angel?
The one
Or-
no, the one who had sex with Johnny Depp and then like
Oh, that
fucked
was
him up.
Primal.
Telfer.
Telfer. Yeah.
Mrs. Telfer, yeah.
She had that energy. Oh man, yeah, that's cool. I have something similar for my conspiracy corners.
Okay.
Little tease.
Little tease. Oh, I like it.
Bearclaw, is this your first time seeing Urban Legend?
Yeah, this is the first time seeing Urban Legends. Haven't seen this movie at all. Didn't know anything about it. Went in completely blind. So it was a good watch for me. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought there were, great kills, even though that they were a little delayed because they didn't really get into the good kills until about 3/4 of the way into the movie. Or there was a couple of okay ones earlier on, but I think the kills started to really go uphill in the later half of the movie. And to be honest with you, the later half of the movie is what tied a lot of this together for me. But I understand there was a lot of setup and things. I really enjoyed the mystery aspect of this. I really enjoyed how they tied everything together. I also really enjoyed how Brenda didn't just come out of the ether as she wasn't like, it
You
was
like this
Brenda
who
the
done
whole
it.
time.
Yeah.
She wasn't a late
Brenda.
entrant.
Yeah. Like everybody's like, oh, Brenda, like like nodding their heads, not knowing who the fuck Brenda is. But
Oh, that would have been even funnier if they're like, who the hell are you?
yeah. No, they all knew who she was. She traveled with their friends. Some of the script is definitely very on the nose, but they got a lot they have to work through to try and incorporate this mystery, build character. So I get it. With these scripts, sometimes you got to fast forward through things.
It's the 90s.
Yeah, to make it work. The 90s. I love the 90s flavor of this movie,
Yeah.
especially all the cordless phones and internet connections with one phone line.
This is my phone line too.
Fighting over one computer.
Yeah,
I was irritated watching that. Like,
The chat
Yeah.
rooms, too.
Yeah,
Chats,
dude,
AOL. Yeah.
You'd be chatting with your friends, and then somebody would need to get on the phone and then get off the internet line.
I'm talking to the love of my life right now.
She is from San Diego, California.
She is a babe, Mom. A babe.
I'm just chatting with hot babes all day.
Point, don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes.
I got a question
Just
for you,
jealous.
Bearclaw.
Yeah.
Did you know it was Brenda? Did you have
No, I had no idea it was Brenda.
So it worked pretty good.
so it did catch you by surprise a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, I had by the time, and this I think is to the movie's credit. By the time it got to the reveal, I thought it could be one or both of them. I thought it could be a couple of different people because
Or none of them.
until Robert Englund was dead in the back of the seat, I thought it could have been him as well.
Yeah, all right,
Because
cool.
why have Robert Englund in the movie if you're not going to use him for something like that? But I thought it could have been
Plot
him.
device.
And Brenda threw off a bad vibe for most of the movie. So they did kind of hint that it could have been her. She was definitely somebody I was thinking about as a possibility. So I just like how they made the whole thing consistent and they made it make sense and they made her motivation make sense. And plus, Brenda's character really seemed like the type of person, because like that was kind of a big part of my beef with I Know What You Did Last Summer, is like seeing this hardened older fisherman like plan out all of these elaborate things and things like that. That stretched my credulity a little bit there, because I feel like he would be more of just pick up the axe or hook in his case and just start slaughtering, not waiting for a time and place and special date. But Brenda seems like the type of person who would would kind of orchestrate all of these elaborate things.
She's very passionate about her crime she's about to commit.
Yeah, so that all made it really good. And you know, one of the important things about this movie that I really liked is it had its goofy moments, but it was fun. And I think that's super important with a horror movie, because if you don't make it fun, what's the point? But I do have to say it's got an automatic minus 10 points for me because there's nothing supernatural in it. But that's minus 10
There's no
points.
Tim Capello.
Yeah, there's nothing supernatural whatsoever, but besides, you know, maybe some of the weird things that happened and nobody witnessed, but
or her getting projectile like
or
through a car.
that kind of stuff. But I mean, yeah, from some type of point scale, it doesn't exist. Minus 10 points for not supernatural.
It's funny, like, hearing your take on it, because I had seen this like years ago, another one like Final Destination, but I really didn't remember a lot of it. I was telling Dan before we recorded that really the things I remembered were the opening scene and the killer reveal. One of the things I wish I didn't remember was the killer reveal, because I think they do it really well in this for me. And the payoff is there. It was still there. It was a fun time watching it this time, but I wish I hadn't remembered it so I can.
It was a lot of fun seeing it for the first time, not knowing who the killer was, and being like, oh, it's Brenda, and then Paul is not involved, because I, like everybody else, you know, kind of was like, Paul's probably got something to do with it.
Yeah. I had a weird watch during this. I thought the opening was great. I mean, it hooks me in right away, right?
Yeah.
And then it was going pretty good. I was into it and involved, like, what's going on here? We get the great Tosh kill. And then, like, right after that, it was like, it just snapped me to sleep a little bit.
There's like a bit of a drop off, yeah.
Slow way down, right? And I was like, wow, like, this is not awful. Good. The pacing just, for me, took a dive. It was a challenge to get through that middle part of the movie. Now, I will say, all of a sudden, like, the ending, though, went and got me right back into it again. It was kind of like that moment in Halloween 2018 where, like, Dr. Sartain kills and then puts Michael Myers' mask on and stuff. It was like that for me, where it was like, oh my God, this is ruining the movie for me, just the pacing wise. But I will say, the ending changes that for me, because I thought the ending was all really done well. It hits high gear. It gives you like all these kills, boom, 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 boom. And then like you have the chasing scenes. I mean, it really amps it up all of a sudden. I get that middle part was really setting up the mystery, setting up, you know, who's it going to be?
And then the whole thing with like the college kind of trying to cover up all the murders.
The only lunatic on this campus is you.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think the movie really started to gain steam for me around the Dean's death.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Dean's death.
Yes, that's where it picks right up again.
Was a real pickup point for me, because up until that, I was like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
Like, what are we?
Yeah, for sure. And I think this movie has a lot of good, and then I think there's some bad. And it's kind of like the other movies on our Summer of Madness tour. I think there's a lot of good in these, and then there's some bad. And then I think the question we have to ask ourselves when we watch them is the bad real bad, or is it like, okay, I can watch this and overlook the bad stuff because I'm having fun, like you said.
Like, the one thing that is giving this movie huge points in my book is a coherent story that is tied together. The character motivations match, the killer's motivation matches, and everything kind of is consistent. Like, why Brenda is doing this.
You took him away from me! Brenda, I wasn't. You were driving, but it was your car.
Oh, okay, because it was her boyfriend. It ties back to some previous things, and I don't know. That, to me, goes a long way towards a movie that is like a good movie versus just, oh, well, let's just stitch this stuff together and whatever, it'll be fine. They're not going to pay attention to that.
Logan, your first time watch of Urban Legend. What's your thoughts on this?
Hands are going up.
I don't know. Is this cinema or no?
No cinema.
Oh, you don't
Not
like this?
cinema.
Dude, I will say this. I don't think I can fairly rate this movie. I fell asleep each time I tried to watch this.
No.
This has never happened to me before whenever we watch a movie. That's just how like much this movie just went. boom.
Did you like start nodding off like almost exactly around the same point? Like, is there a point you could like
There is
pinpoint
an
where you're
exact
like,
point. You know
oh,
what's the
fuck
funny
this.
story that my grandfather always says? Is there's always a point in Jaws, like the iconic movie Jaws, where he falls asleep, and it's right as they get on the boat. He falls asleep. In this movie, each and every single time, and there was some points where I watched it like 3 or 4 times because I had to go back and watch it.
Right.
The point where we just talked about it, where the roommate gets killed, right after that, I went to sleep. Each and every time I went to sleep, and I couldn't stay awake. It was so boring. It was so goddamn
What about
boring.
the ending, though? Did that pick you back
And
up
now,
a little bit?
let's get into that. So, as I did my 3rd rewatch, trying to stay awake, I got through
Cup
it.
of coffee and
I had to get like an energy
No
drink.
dose.
I like
Some
fell
lithium?
asleep each time. I got through it, thankfully, and I got to the ending, and I was like, "Wow, it took you an hour to get to this shit."
Oh, dang.
And it already lost me. Like, you can't just throw in this shit just to get me to go like, "Oh yeah, I guess that was worth it." No, it wasn't worth it. That's like telling me like, oh yeah, you have to go through all this crazy shit to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop. I'm not doing that shit. Like, I'm not going through hell to go right to like heaven or something. Like, that's just, there's some things that I won't do in this life. I'm not going to sit through an hour-long movie of terribleness just because a good ending happens.
Did this movie feel dated to you? Like,
no, it's
with
not that.
With the internet stuff?
No,
and,
none of that. I liked that.
you weren't really around for a lot of that.
No,
like,
I
you
wasn't
don't-
at all.
You were never AOL.
He wasn't around for Black Christmas either. You love that.
It's not about the dating. I don't care about the
Yeah,
dating because
okay.
Scream 2, set in a college, is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. That's like my
Okay.
favorite. Like, and H2O is another movie where I
Yeah,
think
set in
like
college.
movies are my kind of thing, especially with a slasher. It's just, I think the pacing
Yeah.
was all the way off. There was no characters that I really was like, oh man, I can't wait to see what this happens. I didn't give a shit about the characters. And some characters just walked away and I didn't see them for 40 minutes. And it's like, okay, here's Michael Rosenbaum, a guy who I like. Wait a minute, where is he for the entirety of this movie? Oh yeah, here he is. And you know, it's just like, it's just a lot for me to like get into Jared Leto, who I hate. I will say that. I don't like Jared Leto. So for me to watch him for the entirety of this movie pretty much, and Pacey, who I hate,
Dang, poor Pacey.
he deserved it.
I just got a message from Jared Leto. I'm afraid you're out of the cult, Logan. You're out of the sex cult. So.
I don't know. There was a lot of stuff that I just didn't like about the movie. And I don't think it
On the
like
dial-up.
What on the dial-up? Yeah, he just aimed me.
You've been
that-
blocked.
yeah.
That you're
well,
out. You're out. He gets these live streamed, so you
Happens
know,
once, happens
He's got the
twice.
connection for that.
I got Nicolas Cage. I don't care about Jared Leto. I think for the ending, it just didn't work for me, you know?
I got you. Yeah, no, that's fair. I want to get into some of the movie, and especially starting with the opening, because I think the opening's really, really iconic. We all kind of mentioned it. Even Logan was awake for the opening, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wait for that.
I mean,
though.
I just felt bad for poor Brad Dourif. All he's trying to do is save a young woman's life. He's
the
just a
shit
man.
beat
He
out of him.
owns the garage. He's just trying to
Someone's
fill
in
up her
the
car. He
back
sees
seat.
something amiss. He's trying to make it right. He's trying to be a hero.
Why would he tell her, though?
My dark sense of humor really chuckled later when they were like, oh yeah, they caught him, they arrested him.
Police arrested that gas station attendant this afternoon.
They put him in jail.
Yeah.
I was like, it's fucked up.
What evidence do they have?
You know, all he was trying to do was help her, and all he got for his trouble was pepper spray.
Also-
he should have filled up her car and been
criminal
like,
record.
"Good luck with that guy
How
in
would
the
they
back
tie that
later."
back to her? Cameras? Like, how would they tie one thing to the other? Just
Yeah.
because. And also, they can see she clearly beat the shit out of him. Like, I don't think
Self-defense.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what they got him on, but the poor guy's just trying to earn a paycheck. Just trying.
He could have told her.
I
He
mean,
could've said.
it was kind of ominous though, and they play on the trope here, which is what I like.
Yeah.
You know, like
You didn't
the
have to
creepy
walk-
gas station guy, like our boy from Cabin in the Woods. There, you know,
The Harbinger.
the Harbinger, right?
Oh yeah.
What war is that, sir? You
You
know
know damn well what war
war
it was.
So I like how they play with this at the beginning, because it's like, wait a minute, would you go inside? Like the credit card companies on the phone?
Credit card companies on the
phone.
Like, what the hell?
I don't know. Like, and Brad Dourif, I mean, genius actor. I mean, he played it like a really, like, I feel like I might have been like, this guy's got to tell me something. I might want to go check it out, because he never came off as like he had bad intentions. He just was like, hey, why don't you come inside for a second here? And
yeah, but you're like a woman, like in like a car by yourself out in the middle of nowhere.
Herself, though, was.
Someone's in the back seat!
Facts.
Unbeknownst to her.
Thought she was by herself.
Here he was trying to be a hero.
I would just like to acknowledge something too. She got in her car when it was daylight.
Yeah, well, she had a long way to go, and she ran out of gas. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, at what point was the killer in the backseat?
Yeah.
All I can think about is like New Girl, where like the dude's singing and they're like still in the backseat. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, when are we finally there?
Like, how long are you in the backseat too? Like, she's not here. Like, somebody like jostle around. Maybe somebody like caught, like, you know.
Well, she was playing her tunes and singing. She couldn't hear anything in the back.
And it was Brenda in the back too. And we find that out at the end. But
yeah, I mean, this opening I think hooks you right in, and obviously you get, like Logan said, the iconic line from Brad Dourif. You know, there's somebody in the back seat.
yeah,
After the poor guy's on the ground all fucked up.
yeah.
He got pepper sprayed. He got kicked in the balls. Like, and
she
he's still
doused him, kicked him in the balls. He's still trying to save her like a hero.
Yeah.
He should have come in at the end and shot Brenda.
He should have died so we can put him in the Hall of Flame.
Too bad he didn't get killed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, though? This maybe goes into why Brenda survives at the end, because she acts as, what's her name? Michelle?
I don't know.
Yeah, Michelle. She acts as Michelle while she's driving, right?
Uh-huh.
The fucking car would have went off the road. I mean, Brenda's lucky to be alive, isn't she?
Well, I mean, she is quite durable.
That's what I'm saying.
Come to find
we
out.
should have known from this opening scene, Brenda can survive.
Brenda can murder powers her, so it's like a murder shield.
When vengeance consumes nothing.
I want to get your thoughts on the atmosphere, because Logan had touched on it. He really enjoys college atmosphere.
Yeah, I thought that
especially
was cool.
when you're a guy going to college. It's pretty scary to know that your college is like attacked by basically a serial killer. It's a serial killer. Yeah, it's a serial killer. Yeah. They've killed multiple people.
Well, it's nice, especially with these movies when
it's
you
nice.
It's nice when you can kind of you understand the world you're in. You know what I mean? There are bounds. This is a college, campus. This is the rules of a college campus. These are the things that are likely to happen. It's nice when they kind of, one of the things that I think is a theme for me with this movie is technically they check all the boxes. They have a story that makes sense. I thought the movie was beautifully shot. I thought it had really good kills in it. I thought it was well shot. And technically, it's very good. I think it sometimes lacks some flavor. But I think it really is a technical achievement of just a really technically good horror movie.
Yeah, I really like the college setting, especially in a more like upstatey, woodsy setting.
Yeah.
Especially it
all the
adds
buildings were
to
very
creepiness.
Gothic. Yeah,
and nighttime, like just the shadowing and all. Like it's just spookier, especially because it's nighttime. It's less populated.
Yeah,
it's
more
almost
confined.
haunted.
Yeah,
it has a haunted element to it, and especially when they have that urban legend about the dormitory.
This guy, he just flips out. Goes completely berserk. Grabs a hunting knife.
Where the teacher or professor or whatever went in and killed a bunch of students and then themselves.
Was
and
it a professor?
Or it was a dean, or it might have been the dean. It was somebody in the faculty or admin that killed.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because they almost had their own urban legend, and like they had the empty
dormitory. Yeah. It's the one that they claim all the murders happened in. So like there's even that like ghost story element to it, lends to all that setting.
I like how it's confined. Like I like, because it feels like there's not many ways to go here a little bit.
You have a ways to travel to get to like civilization.
And this is supposed to take place kind of close to where we live, right? It's in New Hampshire. I saw New Hampshire and Maine plates.
Well, the college that they went to was supposedly in Toronto or something like that. It was like a Canadian.
Really?
Oh, I thought it was out of New England.
Well, it
Pendleton?
looks like it's out in New England, but the college, I think it was Canadian, but let me...
The name of the university in the movie was Pendleton.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to look like Princeton or Yale. I'm just checking the Chessmaster 3000 here.
Yale was more like in the city, though.
Ontario, Canada, yep. Specifically in Toronto and Peterborough, such as Trinity College and Trent University for Pendleton.
Wow. The more you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's elevated a little bit because these are older kids, too. They're not in high school, so they're a little bit more self-reliant, I guess.
Yeah, they have cars, they do things. They're not just, just school and home. It's scarier because they're kind of between this, college kids are always kind of a group that I think horror movies pick on because you're between being an adult and being, an adult is going to handle things differently than a college kid, but a college kid is going to handle things differently than a kid in high school. They're going to have a little bit more maturity, but still doing stupid shit,
they need to be able to access things that kids can't, but they can't also be as mature as adults are.
Yeah.
They still need to be stupid, but within a certain level of stupidity.
They need to be in that sweet spot for
like
stupidity.
I give them credit for starting this first one in a college because, like Logan had mentioned, some of the other ones that were sequels that go to college.
There's more than one?
No, there is more than one urban legend. There is.
Yeah.
There's two of them, I
There's
believe. No,
Urban
there's
Legend
three.
Final Cut.
Three.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one with...
I've heard of Final Cut, but I didn't realize there was more than one. Or more than two, excuse me.
But yeah, there's like three left.
There's three. There's Urban Legend Final Cut, and Urban Legend Bloody Mary 2005.
Which I've actually heard is 40% Rotten Tomatoes, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Someone needs to bring that down a peg.
It's higher than this one.
It's higher than War of the World.
I thought this was like cool. Having an urban legend class?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
I would love to take.
Colleges, they have all sorts of crazy
have
electives
weird-
courses you can take.
I took many a crazy electives. I took ground school. I took karate. I'm a yellow belt.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the Bearclaw.
Yeah, that's true. I've got my yellow belt. I'm pretty sure I might owe some money to some karate association for that ranking.
All I can imagine is Kramer.
I did get my credit. I did get my credit for that class. I took dinosaur class. I had to make up some credits and I had to take some kind of off the wall classes to fit with my schedule. They're out there. You got to look deep in that registration catalog, but they're there.
Dude, I've never gone to college, but this would make me love college. Like, plus you have Robert Englund.
Those little classes are like the saving grace of all of college because like all your intensive courses and you got that one cool elective class. You just go to like relax and just take in information.
Bro. Having Robert Englund as your teacher, I know you get a pop quiz every week. Like that shit. Also, can I just say, I hate when college movies are in like this big lecture hall or whatever. That makes me so pissed off because then I'm like, oh my god, like, because I'm here sitting in like a regular ass classroom. These people get like a huge ass lecture.
Not every college.
Where I went to school, these lecture halls were 200 plus people in one class.
I had a couple of lecture hall courses too.
I enjoy this scene because, we have like kind of going over and laying the base for like, oh, you've heard of this urban legend, right?
Yeah.
And the pop rocks and soda.
What's wrong? Something you might have heard about mixing Pop Rocks and soda?
I'd never heard. I don't know about you guys before.
Yeah, I've heard.
Like that was actually the first time I ever heard of the Pop Rocks and soda was from that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'd never heard of the pop. The only one, and it's not an urban legend so much, is the Mentos and Pepsi. But
I've done the Mentos and Pepsi, like having Coke and then like having Mentos afterwards, and nothing really. Yeah, nothing happens.
Have you tried Pop Rocks and soda?
No, but I don't like Pop Rocks. So.
If you're listening out there, have you tried Pop Rocks and soda?
Yeah.
Why don't you try it?
Let me know at thepaddedroom@outlook.com.
We will not help you in case of emergencies.
Yeah, if you do explode, though, that's not on me, man.
At first, I kind of believed Damon's portrayal here when he kind of goes down. I'm like, wait a minute.
Someone poisoned him.
I know.
Oh, no.
It's like, oh my God, they're actually killing him.
Do they come together and make cyanide? I don't know. I mean,
when he started coughing up on himself,
they're both highly processed foods. I couldn't tell you a single ingredient from Pop Rocks or Pepsi besides sugar, but
Uranium.
Element 115, Moscovium.
Damon.
No, because like
He's the class clown.
Yeah, but who coughs up on themselves? Like, if I'm doing a joke, I'm not going all the way with that.
I give him
all over me.
Yeah, I give him credit. That shit was all over his face.
I saw a lot of crazy shit in college. I could definitely see somebody do that.
I hate that bitch. I hate Pacey. No one likes Pacey.
I liked it.
Did you like the little scene where he went to start the car and I don't want to wait?
I don't want to wait.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit.
Start the car.
And he played a real creepster. I mean, even for 90s, he was a creepy
This
dude.
reminded me of the famous scene, I don't know if you've seen it, from American Pie, where Chris Klein takes the college girl and they're out parking and he's like making small talk, and then all of a sudden he leans over and he goes,
Suck me, beautiful.
and she's like, what the fuck? Like, that shit works. Like, that's what I thought was gonna happen here, because he was like, yeah, tell me about your problems.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a friend. Then he's like, oh, okay. Like, well.
There was definitely some 90s chauvinism represented, which nowadays looks real bad, but back then was probably par for the course.
I mean, I still think it's kind of like he's a little pussy, because it's like, how do you get choked out like that? Like,
well, because he was taking a piss, right? And then got snuck up on. A lot of the kills, if you think about it too, because it makes sense. I know there's going to be people there like, oh, a girl couldn't do these things or whatever. But a lot of them they're not really paying attention or
off guard,
right?
Yeah. And plus, I mean, with horror movies, I mean, you put everything under a microscope, nothing's going to make sense.
Oh, no, now I'm ready. If I'm going to go take a piss in the woods, I'm okay with
always be ready.
You gotta be Zen master about it, man. Check your back seats. I mean, I think this is the one horror lesson that we've consistently learned is always check the back seat.
You know, Bearclaw, I gotta do that, and also I gotta pack a chainsaw.
Yeah.
House of Madness rules to survive a horror movie.
Yeah.
Number one,
the back seat.
Do pack a chainsaw.
I like this scene because technically Damon is hanging right above the car and he's alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's using the car to stand on.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of have a similar scene in another horror movie that we've seen recently.
What's that?
Well,
I mean, we're gonna have to like bore this out, but
Oh yeah.
They did the same thing with that.
Well, supposedly it was an urban legend. So
yeah, it's based on an urban legend.
About hearing scratching or something on the roof and then driving. And
so she technically kills Damon.
Yeah. Yep.
Natalie does.
Yeah.
That's, to me, was like one of the more like innovative kills. Like, it's like so brutal and sadistic. Basically,
she didn't
killing,
and then when the car
own...
stopped, I was like, is that just his head on a branch? Like,
that was the one. I was another thing. I wish they like. She was just like laying on the gas for like a solid 10 minutes. Like, you couldn't like have a head explode or something. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
You know, some sort of gore effect would have been great for that.
There wasn't too much gore here, but that could have been a real big payoff, because this scene could have been, I think, like a big time moment.
Well, I feel like if she had done it as fast as it was done, it would have been then it would have been a crack and a splash.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I thought it was a really unique kill. I think like one of the big things about this movie is the unique kills. One of my favorite things that they tie into this movie, and I was awake during this part. I just got to say that ahead of time. One of my favorite things, obviously, with college is, you know, you have terrible roommates. And I like that the main character has a terrible roommate.
And she just stays in the room while the roommate is banging out. Like,
yeah, and I'm like, bitch, I'd be out of there. Like, I'm not staying here.
But like Logan's saying, though, this is a good early scene, because
they did a little Chekhov's gun with that. Like, it's not really a Chekhov's gun. It's kind of like in it's
foreshadowing.
It's a Chekhov sex.
Well, it's a trope. It is a trope in horror. Like, the more promiscuous you are, the more likely you are to die.
Yeah, I like that they did it in first, where the Chekhov's gun is the light, which she turns, turns
turn
on.
the light off.
Stop the fucking light!
She says turn the light off, and then when she comes back later on after that, she doesn't turn the light back on because she's like, oh, God, she's just going to give me shit.
Yeah, because, I mean, they play it good with the earlier scene where she's banging somebody in the bed, because it's like all these sex sounds too, right? So then when her roommate is actually getting killed in the bed, and she's making those like, she just, she's gonna bang pretty hard.
Yeah. Just having a good night tonight.
Yeah. Let me put my headphones on and turn away.
And turn around.
Right on.
Turn around.
I get demonetized.
I really love the lettering on the wall in blood too.
Oh yeah, aren't you glad you didn't turn the light on? Yeah, no, I thought that was cool. I still don't know how you call that a suicide.
A very morbid suicide note.
Yeah, I definitely
suicide.
Yeah, clearly she did that herself. Because it's one of those things where I think I could definitely see some colleges trying to play down stuff. I mean, this is obviously cartoonish embellishment of that, but definitely I could see a college trying to play down something bad happening.
They don't want to kill her.
Because the number one thing is
enrollment rates.
College is supposed to be the place where you're safe to go and try and grow into the adult you want to be, you know?
Well, like Dan had said earlier, too, there was that whole urban legend within the own school about the massacre that happened.
Yeah.
They want to control this fire, like, breaking out, because they already have Michelle. Now they have Tosh. So they're like, immediately, they're like, okay, the goth girl who was on lithium, you know, she killed herself. And I think even they had a passing line from a student like, oh, well, she was going to do it anyway. Or like,
they have one person, jaded person, who's like, oh, she finally did it. We all knew she was going to.
I guess they could tie it back to a suicide because I guess the note on the
the note on the wall
could have been like tied to a suicide note. I guess. I don't know. I think the whole reason for them not telling people is obviously they don't want to start a panic. Yeah. They don't want people to
they also don't want the college to be perceived as a dangerous place. Yeah. Because then students don't go.
Well, you remember the cop was saying that this university was named one of the safest.
U.S. News and World Report named Pendleton the safest university in this country. You best believe I intend to keep it that way.
They don't want that to be like a...
she took it on
I fell the freak asleep and I'm still remembering shit.
It's like in your memory now.
Yeah.
And this, for me and Logan, this hits like the like kind of dead point in the movie. But I think what I want to talk about here is they're really trying to set up the red herrings, right? We have Paul. Yeah. We have Paul, who's played by Jared Leto, who's like this up and coming, like, I'm on the student paper and like I got to get my story.
This was someone's life, Paul. Did you even spend 1 minute thinking about that?
No, I didn't. But because of my story, 3,500 students will. I think that's enough to help me sleep at night.
I gotta get my story no matter the cost. Right. You know, the amoral reporter. Just kind of like, no matter the cost, I will get the story.
Like Logan was telling me too, he's got them serial killer eyes too. You know, he's looking at
you. He does have that 1,000-yard stare for sure.
And then you also have the janitor too. They're setting up here.
Yeah,
this creepy janitor.
Everyone's creepy.
Another man just trying to do his job.
Yep,
just trying to live his life. Didn't do anything wrong. Instantly assumed to be bad. Instantly assumed to be evil or behind it.
I love when Natalie gets in the car with him later on, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?
What are you doing? You're getting out the car at speed. Like, this is not a creepy murder thing. This is a what are you doing?"
This movie does play with like how people look, like the gas station attendant, janitor, like the creepy.
You know what the
people.
theme of this movie is? Don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh. Yeah, that's good. And then they also set up Robert Englund and Professor Wexler, right?
Yeah.
Because he was the sole survivor, they find, of the
And he got a job for life, being a college professor.
You know what they say? Never assume, because then you make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah. Here's the biggest red herring. The school massacre itself.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is what Natalie and Paul assume is the motive for the killer.
Yeah.
And they really try to pin it on Wexler, right?
Yeah.
He was a sole survivor. He's gone crazy or whatever. Like, he's gonna kill everybody.
It makes perfect sense. Pendleton covered up Stanley Hall. And Wexler, so long as he keeps his mouth shut, he gets a job for life.
They go into his office, they see the axe, they see,
The coat.
The coat. Yeah.
Which he's got a baller office for a professor. I've been in many professors' offices, and most of them look like
got a little
closets.
secret room.
He's got a little secret room.
Who's paying for that?
Yeah.
He's an urban legend teacher. Of course he's got a baller.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. A humanities teacher getting that kind of baller office is also
a little sus.
They felt bad for him being the sole survivor.
Right,
So they're like,
exactly.
this is his payment.
So they gave him the dean's office.
This dean too is pretty worthless throughout, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, he's
yeah.
just kind of like you said, he's trying to cover up the.
he's a dean.
Yeah. Well, and did you guys recognize the actor at all from? And I did, and I was amazed. He's the same guy who plays Baron Munchausen in Terry Gilliam's Baron Munchausen. Have you guys seen that?
No, I haven't.
Get out there and see some cinema. You know what I'm
That
saying?
was the most like.
I'm glad.
Terry Gilliam's one of the directors of our generation.
I'm glad though for you that you.
I'm happy for you.
I'm glad that I've seen it too. Yeah, bunch of troglodytes here.
Whoa!
Wow.
Bunch of phonies.
What a filthy mouth, Bearclaw. Wash that out with some Pop Rocks and soda.
Hey, some Drano.
Some licking.
This is where it picks up, like we had talked about. The dean is killed, and this is a really cool death.
That's like in the movie. I was starting to really like. I get your guys' message about how it was slowing down, but and it was kind of very much like the garage kill of Scream 2, where it may not technically have been possible, but it was still a cool kill when he gets run over the spikes and everything.
Over the spikes.
Because you can't just put a car in neutral and then it accelerates. That's not how that works. But
it is how it works in movies.
Yeah.
The grody part about this is getting your Achilles slashed. I hate that.
Yeah, that was
so painful.
They got that
Little
right
Pet
from
Sematary,
Pet Cemetery
yeah.
action. Yeah, or a scalpel cuts the Achilles. Oh.
So we get rid of the dean. Before this, though, too, we get the crucial scene, right? That really is the setup for the movie, which is Natalie tells Brenda that she knew Michelle from high school, and they did the horrible thing where they chased off a poor dude off the road.
Michelle was driving. A story about the gang high beam initiation going around. She wanted to play a practical joke.
Speaking of that, the flashing headlights, that's a real urban legend that's out there. But what are your guys' favorite urban legends? What do you guys have as your favorite urban legends that you heard growing up that you really like?
It's funny. I had talked to Dan before we started, and I was like, I have this same thing as a discussion question.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I don't really know any urban legends. I was like, I hope somebody else has some.
I didn't
Bloody Mary.
think that I
Bloody
knew.
Mary? That's a good one.
I didn't think I knew some till I looked up some, and then I was like, oh, I know that one. Oh, I know that one. Because like my list of them is there's the flashing headlights, and these are just like ones that resonated with me. So it's not an exhaustive list, but just ones that kind of I remember. There's the headlights flashing, Bloody Mary, Paul is dead, which is my favorite. And look this up for nothing else other than it being an entertaining read, but it's where the Beatle Paul McCartney actually died, and I took a rock and roll history class in high school, but there is actually a lot of like the album cover of Abbey Roads kind of explains it, because if you look at who's wearing shoes and Paul's holding a cigarette in the wrong hand, and one of the license plates says "What if 28," because supposedly the real Paul McCartney didn't make it past 28. He died in a car accident. And that all came actually from a college newspaper that reported on an accident that was supposedly Paul McCartney. It never pans out because it's a lot of weak evidence, but somebody did make the case in a semi-convincing way that Paul McCartney had actually been replaced by somebody else. There's also a very
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, that's the latest iteration of this is the Avril Lavigne,
or like Tupac actually survived. Like there's stuff like that.
Yeah, and Avril Lavigne was replaced by somebody else because you can see her music change drastically. It must have had nothing to do with ratings or changing style or growing up. None of that could be responsible for it. But they say at a time she went from punk princess to complete like pop, and she was clearly killed and replaced by an almost exact clone. Yeah. So that's one of my favorite urban legends is Paul is dead. But I mean, you've got some other ones like the Mothman. I mean, I know it's a little bit into cryptid, but I kind of still file that under urban legends because a lot of people talk about it. UFOs. One of the more recent ones is clowns standing in the woods. That was kind of an urban legend for a while of just a clown that would hang out ominously in the woods.
We touched on it in one of our earlier episodes about the clown in California that would show up on Instagram and like pose in like public places and
and just like creepily be in the background. There's other like crazy things. Like nowadays they don't call them urban legends though. They call them like creepy pasta.
Yep.
That's like the latest thing, the latest forms. And I mean, there's some of them that I won't mention just because there are harmful ones out there that some people have done some pretty real life twisted things around. But
I just remember the one, and this might be in the sequel because I was thinking about this. I think they mention it in this movie where you wake up in a bathtub and your kidneys
your kidneys are gone.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Oh, just my favorite UL. The kidney heist.
That's how she was going to kill her. The last person. She was like, I don't know where the kidneys are, but I'm just going to start ripping out organs.
Yeah, I mean, I like this scene where the frat party hits, and it's like, boom. I love a party setting. I wish they had almost stayed in the party. You know, you get which I love, the phone call, right?
Yeah.
To your boy there, Parker, Michael.
Rosenbaum.
He actually calls out the urban legend. He's like, "Oh, is this the one with the phone call?"
This is the one about the old lady who dries her wet dog in the microwave.
And they're like, "That's not this one.
This is the one with the dog in the microwave." What the fuck?
Oh man. That was a gruesome scene.
That was terrible for me. That was the worst one of the movie. What urban legend did he die under?
He was in the Pop Rocks and soda. Yeah. Except it was Pop Rocks and Drano.
Oh, I didn't see that there was Pop Rocks in there. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Poured Pop Rocks and then Drano.
And then Drano, yeah. The Drano's going to do it.
Freak.
Yeah. And then we get Sasha, who we haven't mentioned too much. She's kind of like a side character, right? In this.
Yeah.
She's not really a side character. She's like really a nobody.
Sasha is what, the radio personality?
radio
college
DJ.
radio personality?
Do anything. Well, she did have one of the best lines in the movie. She's on the radio with somebody and she's like, oh man, I'm like really messed up. And she's like, oh, you had yourself a little frat boy protein shake, huh?
Had yourself a little frat boy protein shake, did ya?
What kind of college radio lets a sex show on it, no?
I feel like that's
every college radio,
on campus,
Well, listen,
much. Ratings.
She couldn't hold a candle to Barry Sims, so I don't know.
I bet she wears crotchless panties and barks like a dog.
Not the shock jock that Barry Sims did.
No, Al Roker.
And keep in
Inspiring
mind,
Barry Sims.
This is when everybody was listening to college radio.
I mean, you got a hot woman on college radio. Yeah, you're going to get good ratings. That's just, you know what, though? That's kind of messed up because it's like, oh, yeah, here's this like hot trot like woman on radio. Dean's like, it sounds right to me. This guy's over here like writing stuff that actually happened. And he's like, no, you gotta be done with that. It's like, pick your lane, brother.
Well, I mean, one of those two is going to affect his paycheck. The other one is going to be completely meaningless to him. So.
No, it's not, because if people are like, wait a minute, how are they allowing this girl to be like making this kind of stuff? Like that's gonna get at him, because then people are gonna complain.
Well, I guess like what happens at college stays in college.
Well, you guys remember that old show? What was it? Because I think she was kind of Loveline. Yeah, she was doing
with
like
Dr. Drew.
Yeah, with Dr. Drew. She was kind of doing a spoof on that.
Yeah,
she wasn't really helping though. She was kind of just.
She was kind of a dick.
Yeah,
being, like,
she wasn't saying anything terribly helpful.
Get yourself a Tylenol and call
yeah, you're right. She did kind of lay out some weird advice. Yeah. But she has a great chase scene here with the killer, right? Through this, I guess, studio and
one of the first Bluetooth mic headsets that existed
and
ever.
You could hear her on the radio.
You could hear her on the radio throughout as she was running through the place. So that was exciting.
I would have liked, one thing about the chase I would have liked to see is her her running through multiple doors and the killer also running through multiple doors, them like doing like a Scooby-Doo chase throughout. That would have been awesome. That would have made the movie like, that would have woke me up instantly.
I didn't like how her kill was kind of off screen. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of standard. What was the
She didn't have an urban legend
behind her kill?
Yeah, she just got
It was
asked.
just fuck her in particular.
Radio host.
Like you can hear
You know, like how she was talking on radio.
Yeah, maybe you can like hear it going on.
The call is coming from inside.
Yeah,
the house.
maybe it was based on that.
The killer wasn't playing to her idiom. The other thing that was a little bit of a hit against this movie is, I get the urban legend thing, but the killer was real bland, just in a coat.
Coat and axe. I was gonna ask.
Coat and axe.
Yeah, what did you think of the killer?
Yeah,
just kind of bland with the coat.
Kind of
North
bland.
Face jacket and an axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no intricacies with it. It's kind of just like, oh yeah, here's some shitty coat I found.
I like how they had to put glasses on the actor because, you know, they couldn't properly conceal the face with the hood.
Oh.
So they had like, you could see like periodically like they were wearing glasses.
Fake glasses, dang. Originally, I had heard this movie was supposed to be set in the wintertime. That's why they chose that.
Yeah, that jacket would have been tough around the fall time, but... Well.
Yeah, there's
you
a
got
weird
that
scene
shit.
where there's a false killer wearing the coat in the pool
in the
room.
pool area,
yeah.
What
It's
the
like,
hell?
why are you wearing that coat? That's a heavy
Everyone's
coat.
wearing it. It's like the fisherman's slicker.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Very popular coat.
Very popular coat.
I thought that was a red herring for her, just so she could like mess with her mind a little bit. I think Brenda did that on purpose. She paid her off, and she was like, "Hey, wear this coat into the pool house," and she's like, "Why?" And she's like, "Well, you know, I'm into it." It's more for me.
Well, speaking of Brenda, what are your thoughts on we get to the killer reveal? It was Brenda. She was killing everybody because her boyfriend, right, was the guy that they drove off.
I mean, it makes sense. And Brenda seems like the kind of person who would do this kind of thing, would set up this whole elaborate, you know.
She seems like the person who would cut up a motherfucker. Like, I don't know. I feel like my only gripe with it is, you know, it's kind of my same thing where it's like you can tell who the killer is based on who isn't here. Brenda wasn't there for most of the movie.
Yeah, but Paul wasn't there for most of the movie.
No,
too.
Paul was there for a long time.
Well, I think what was good about this ending is after she's chased, you get Paul and Brenda both with her at the end, and they are driving her in the car, right? As the audience, we're like, oh shit, well, it's either one of these. But then there's also Wexler.
And then they find Wexler in the back in the trunk.
And then you're like, oh shit, it's got to be either one of these. So, like, I thought that was all good. I like that there's a female killer. Like, I think that's different.
Yeah.
And how they pull it off is really good because you're guessing up until the end. And then, like Dan said, too, he was thinking about maybe Paul being the killer, right, with Brenda. I almost was like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe he is in on this, too.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, just crazy Brenda.
Just crazy ass Brenda.
So then the thing I was kind of like hit or miss on is them driving away. First off, I'm like, what? Why are they driving? And the poor policewoman, what's her name? Reese, is lying, bleeding out. And they're like, oh,
we'll catch you later.
They're like, the medics are on their way.
Yeah, they'll be.
Well, I mean,
don't you go dying on me now.
I don't know. It's tough because I would also be the person that's like, Jesus, we just left this woman bleeding. But I'm also like, yeah, but if we did, we'd probably be killed.
I don't know. It just felt out of place. And then obviously Brenda's in the back and you get the false ending. And then I guess she's thrown into the water and dies. Like that kills her?
No. Apparently not.
No. Oh, yeah, you're right. Because I forgot it at the end.
At the end, Brenda's back.
I gotta say, there's like a point where it's like, okay, here's the first act. Really good stuff. You get to that roommate being killed, and it's like, drag and get to the end where they do the reveal, and it's like, oh, okay. And then it's just never like gets like they're trying so hard to like get you back in. And there's just like
they got me. I thought it was good. I love the ending of Brenda appearing and she was like, no, that's not the way it's told.
Okay, listen up, guys. Because this is how the story really goes.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the Burning ending.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. Like
I don't even remember how the burning ended.
Like it's like a new story.
Oh yeah, it was the new campfire story. Yeah, that's right.
Of what happened. Here's my last thing I want to talk about. What's your thoughts on Natalie as the final girl? Because I didn't really like her as the final girl.
She was even barely a final girl because she really, I don't know. I didn't think she was the best final girl. I thought there should have been more initiative. There should have been more fight to her as a final girl. Final girls are kind of known for their toughness and resourcefulness, and the movie didn't really have her demonstrate any of that.
She went into the bedroom while her roommate was having sex, and she was just like, normal night. I'm gonna go play my music. It's like, no,
Tuesday night.
I'm not gonna sleep in there while my roommate's getting like railed. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
If she was listening to who's that guy who's like does the wind, Cat Stevens, like she's listening to the wind and the rain. Meanwhile, like Guar's playing and the roommate's getting dick down.
Oh man, talk about clashing styles.
Oh man,
Dan, what'd you think about Natalie?
So I actually have a take that's a little bit contrary to your guys'. I think that she is probably one of the better characters in the entire movie. There is like this loneliness in the company of others vibe I get from Natalie. Like she doesn't fit in like with this friends group that's kind of just all over the place in terms of like no one actually feels like they're really connected as friends. Like they're all kind of just tied to this urban legends class. And like I think a lot of it is that she's like still reeling from the loss of her best friend. She's got like this flatness, like reserved demeanor that's like uptight or tense. That's like presented, it's not her, but like it's her going through the motions of her day-to-day life while internally struggling with like this loss. Like the actress is playing a character who is doing their best to put on an act that they themselves are fine. And I appreciate like that emotional complexity in that character. Like it's real grief and loss. Real grief and loss isn't a linear process.
Right.
And I just think that she's just playing it that way intentionally to demonstrate like this flatness.
I agree with you that she's a good character, but a final girl was where I don't think she was a strong final girl. Versus like I think she did. I agree with 100% with your character analysis.
I feel like, and it's weird because I feel like they give the final girl role almost to Brenda.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
I almost think they give it to Paul in some ways.
Paul. You're kind of right. I just think if we had seen Paul more, I mean, I know we see him a lot, but like if he had been more,
I feel like he should have been. I feel like Paul should have been more involved in things than he was because he kind of bops in and bops out of the movie.
I think we saw enough of Jared Leto. I'll be 100% honest. If we saw more Jared Leto,
I would have seen more Jared Leto.
I think they should have made Jared Leto connected a little bit more, like he was Brenda, like not Brenda's, but maybe Natalie's ex, or they had dated a couple of times, just something like that, a little bit more connected.
Although Brenda was pretty pissed about Natalie going after Paul. Yeah.
You don't waste any time, do you, Natalie?
I don't think Natalie was going. I think Paul was going after Natalie.
Yeah, Paul was going after Natalie.
Paul's just Paul. I think though, what I like about this movie is it's very true about its friendships, where it's like you do have kind of those friendships where it's like, wait a minute, we're polar opposites. We don't like the same shit, and we're not the same people, but yet we're still friends. That's just how it is. That's just how it is in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, like these unlikely friendships that are kind of like, oh yeah, you're friends with these idiots.
That's true.
Because again, you're maturing. You don't know who's a good person and who's not, because again, you're still pretty dumb.
You're making mistakes.
Yeah. Going through life.
I gotta pee.
Are we getting a man on the street? Hey, man on the street, Logan here. We're here at New College here. We're hearing about a new killer, Bearclaw. What do you make of this?
Logan, as reports are coming in, I find that this killer is almost entirely made up. This college is one of the safest colleges in the United States. I know that 20-something people have died this week here, but I think that's all rumors and hearsay and freak accidents.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Well, it might be all about the he said, she said bullshit, but here at this random college in, where is it, Northern Ontario, Canada, Out in the middle
I think
of nowhere.
it's supposed to be in Pennsylvania, but yeah, we're out in
somewhere.
Collegeville, USA.
Pennsylvania, tomato.
Yeah, same thing. They're in the same neighborhood.
It's time for Conspiracy Corner. I have a conspiracy based on what Dan had talked about earlier. I think it would have been cool if there was 2 killers.
Yeah.
Brenda has her reveal, and Paul, to me, is still with Natalie. Why do I keep calling her Natalia?
I don't know. She doesn't matter enough.
Natalia.
Her and Vladimir. We're going down the college campus.
Yeah, so I think Paul and Natalie still good, whatever. And then you get the scene where they're driving away. And then Paul's like, what would make a really good story if I was the sole survivor?
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be cool.
And that's how you end like that,
I'm going to bounce off of your conspiracy theory. And I'm going to say this. I think there were 2 killers. How the hell could Brenda choke out Pacey like that? I'm not going to call him by his real name because that's a stupid name. How the hell could she choke this man out, even if he is out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And also string him up in time to choke him out and put him on that noose.
There was a lot going on.
How
in that
the hell did she do all
and
that?
How did she manage to move everybody into that one area at the end there?
Cardio and CrossFit.
Yeah, I was gonna say she might have trained with Leslie Vernon. That's where maybe she went after high school.
Maybe she did team up with Leslie.
She hooked up with Leslie.
Leslie had her training at his farm.
That's why she was able to survive the fall. She had been trained, like Leslie put on that fire retardant stuff. In the motorcycling world, there's a certain type of vest you can wear which has a little canister of gas in it, and what happens is like if you get in an accident, it'll like inflate. Yeah. And so your back stays straight and you don't break your back and stuff like that. Maybe she had all that gear on, She
had a little ripcord she pulled on the way out.
Yeah.
I love it. The love for Leslie Vernon.
Yeah.
My heart is growing.
Any
other conspiracies?
I have a conspiracy. This one kind of came through to me and struck a little bit of a tone in the movie. Is there's kind of an assumption of evil for people who have menial jobs in this movie. Assumption of evil of the working man,
Nobody likes a teacher.
No, not to interrupt you, Bearclaw, but Dan had made reference to this in
I think it was last
summer.
About what's his name? What does he do? Oh, he's working.
He's working, right? Yeah.
And I think that is
he's the killer.
He's clearly the killer.
Nobody who does a 9 to 5.
He decided to not go to college and become a fisherman. He's the killer. 100%.
Motive. That's all you need.
That's all you needed was just not. Which I think the attitudes to that are very different. I think it's a reflection of the times because I think back then it was kind of like college or bust. Was very much the attitude, very much in our day as well.
It's a very 90s thing.
Yeah, it's an incredibly 90s thing, but like
people.
all of the guys who are good guys, but maybe aren't the most physically attractive, or maybe Brad Dourif's character had a little bit of a speech impediment, or the janitors guys, they were hearts of gold heroes trying to save people's lives. And it was very anti, the entire time the college students look at them with suspicion and think that they're the ones that are
the janitor too, looking down on these people like they're suspicious.
And meanwhile they're the forces of good in this movie, like giving the guy the paper with because the janitor was the one that gave him the paper with the actual articles and trying to help him out, pick up that girl, trying to save her life. And she wasn't gonna have it. But
any other conspiracies?
I have. You guys know what Brenda's last name is?
Voorhees?
Close. Bates.
Her
name is Brenda Bates. So my conspiracy corner is she is the long lost daughter of Norman Bates.
Master.
You are correct, sir. Golf swing. Hi-oh.
And no.
That's cool. I didn't realize that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, no.
He has some of that quality too of Norman Bates.
But this would presuppose that Norman Bates had somehow conceived a child
with mother.
If you've watched any of the Psychos, he does have a love interest later in the movies.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to dive into some of them coming up. I'm interested. Hot takes. So far we've watched in the Summer of Madness, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Final Destination, and Urban Legend. Out of the 3 movies for me, this one has the best ending of all of them.
Yeah.
But I will say I also think it has the weakest final girl too.
Yeah.
I don't know, not really a hot take, but for me it's a hot take.
Yeah.
Any other hot takes?
I mean, my hot take on this movie is just that technically it's a pretty good movie, but there is kind of a missing, and I think that Urban Legends was supposed to carry this weight maybe a little bit more than it did in my mind, but it really doesn't have a lot of. It's kind of vanilla ice cream, which I love vanilla ice cream. Don't get me wrong; it's great, but it doesn't have any of that
sizzle,
pizzazz, sizzle, like
little chocolate swirl.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the Urban Legend, if I'm gonna think about this, I think the Urban Legend ending was supposed to be for the end of the movie, where it was that whole you tell it after it happened kind of thing, like the college story, and it just passes on. I think that was the reason they named it that, was so that they could have an ending where Brenda shows up at the end. I think that's literally all
that,
it
and
is.
every kill was supposed to be Urban Legend theme.
It's a good book ending though that ties in though. All right, we're on to our Hall of Slain. Our Hall of Slain are characters that have died in the movies we review that would help us get through and survive a horror movie, because we are the final girl. Are there any characters from Urban Legend you would like to nominate?
I would like to nominate the goth girl.
Yes, Tosh. I'm there with you.
To the Hall of Slain.
Let's bring Danielle Harris in.
Yeah, I'd like to, just because A, I'd like to bring Danielle Harris in. B, I don't know. I feel like she was given a raw deal. I feel like she would have been able to handle herself better. It would have been cool if she was actually the final girl and the whole script was flipped, and maybe the working people helped her solve the killer, and she was able to get it. And this, I don't know.
I agree. I mean, she sounds like she'd be able to handle a raw deal too. So I mean, that.
Yeah. It sounded like she's
hot. She's got.
Yeah.
Now here's my thing.
She's trolling for dick online.
I will give you guys Tosh as long as I get Michael Rosenbaum's character and Sasha.
And Sasha.
Yeah, they're a package.
I would just like to pump the brakes on everything, and I want to bring up a very, very important character that we're all overlooking right now.
Better not be the janitor.
Hootie.
Okay. And the blowfish?
The dog.
Oh.
Our first dog in the Hall of Slain.
We could have a dog.
I would like to amend my motion to include Tootie as well. Tootie and what was the other one's name?
Tosh.
Tootie and Tosh. TNT.
Hootie and Tosh.
Oh, Hootie and Tosh.
Hootie Tang.
Hootie and Tosh.
All right.
T&H.
All right. So first, let's do Hootie and Tosh. Do we have a gavel sound?
Well,
Everyone? You're only agreeing if you can bring in
my two for
Sasha?
for my Hall of.
Wait, who was Sasha? Which one?
She's Tara Reid.
Tara Reid.
Yeah. Wow.
No, that's baggage. I vote.
I'm not saying
Sasha.
for you guys. I'm saying for me.
Your wing is too big.
It's always a party. It's a party up in here.
All right. How do you think the Frog Brothers, who are clearly virgins, are going to react to Sasha being around?
Sasha and who's the guy? Paul?
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, I know him.
You want him on your team?
Yes, because Lex
Parker.
Luthor.
Yes, but that's somebody he's played. The character in this is Parker.
Okay, I can't stand that because we voted
you want a dog
people in.
abuser on your squad? You want a dog abuser on your squad?
We voted for Sarah Michelle Gellar because she's in Buffy.
The owner of the dog.
Oh yeah, who was feeding him beer and piercing his nose.
Parker said he's going to pierce Hootie's nose.
Hootie's a dog.
Yeah, there's no reason he can't be hit.
Do you realize what that would do to a dog? Do you realize? Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, they can join whatever ragtag group of, of ragamuffins and assholes
you want
that
them
Logan's
in yours?
got following
I want
him.
them in mine.
All right, they're in yours. You can have them.
Yeah, that's what I want.
All right, you better keep track of them, though. We're not.
He is your responsibility.
Yeah, they're your liabilities. We're gonna have like this team of tactical ready to go.
Look, you
and you're
guys
gonna
get
have this
your guys,
ragtag
I
group
get
of
my
assholes.
guys.
They're all on your side.
Everybody
All right.
wins.
All right. So gavel sound for Logan, Sasha, and Parker. And then coming into the Mouths of Madness Hall of Slain, we have Tosh and we have Hootie, not the Blowfish.
I have
gavel sound.
I have one late entry. And I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Okay.
You guys can take it or you can throw it back. Hear me out now.
I ain't throwing nothing back for free.
We all need a woman like Brenda, an unkillable psychopath who will extract.
She didn't die.
In my opinion, she died several times, but she can't die.
I see. She's immortal.
She's immortal, so it's kind of like a loophole, right? But like, you need somebody like, in case you die, you fall victim to the killer in your own horror movie. She will become a full-blown killer herself, and she will make it her mission to fuck whatever killed you up. She's like a tactical nuke you have in your back pocket that might give a killer reservations about trying to take you out.
Yeah, but she's nuttier than a squirrel turd. She might turn on us too.
Yeah, I don't trust her.
She could turn on us.
Look, we already got a dog, and you guys got Danielle.
You know
Harris.
what? One person we haven't talked about, Professor Wexler, Robert Englund.
Yeah, I think he's going to be as useless as a dick on the elbow. He's not.
Killed most of the people.
Freddy Krueger.
Wait a minute, he killed a lot of people as Freddy Krueger. We can't have a killer.
He's not Freddy Krueger.
All right, so just to confirm, we have Sasha and Parker going into Logan's
Lex Luthor and sex symbol of the
Logan's
90s.
wing.
Logan's group of what's that guy from Daniel Day-Lewis from bunch of ragtags.
A few crusty bitches and a handful of ragtags.
Crusty bitches and ragtags.
Crusty bitches and
Hey,
ragtags.
look, brother. I think my group of people can beat your group of people.
We're supposed to be on the same side. There's no infighting.
There is now.
We gotta survive a killer. Never mind each other.
Civil War. We're going to Civil
War.
Well, I just want you to know,
phase 3.
Logan, just like the Justice League, Dr. Death's got like a plan B all set up in case you guys go rogue and try and throw us.
I got the Frog Brothers.
Its name is Brenda.
Yeah.
No Brenda.
And then coming into the Mouths of Madness Hall of Slain is Tosh and Hootie, our first dog.
Our first animal.
Unless you count
Shame.
Slimer.
Yeah.
He doesn't count.
I feel like Hootie and Slimer would
Billy
be like a
technically
great
counts
team.
as an animal because my God, man.
I was going to say, what's her name? Ethel. She could be part animal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, her son could be.
Awesome.
Mama, hear me, Mama.
All right. Well, it's time for hook, line, and stinker. Our hook is our favorite kill of the movie, our line is our favorite line or quote in the movie, and our stinker is something funny, awful, or weird that happens that makes the movie either better or worse. My hook, I'm going with our girl Tosh. I love this scene because of the callback earlier in the movie where she's having sex. Don't turn the light on, and then when she's killed, it sounds like she's having sex and it's a repeat, but she's really getting killed. And I just think it's so eerie that she was killed in the same room as Natalie. And then obviously I'm going to tie in my line as well, which isn't really a line, but it's the writing on the wall of, aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?
That was creepy.
I love that.
That was good.
That whole scene. My stinker, maybe some of us have it, is the dog death in the microwave.
Yeah, nobody likes to see that.
No, not at all. Dan, how about you?
For me, my hook is Parker's death. It was between him and Damon's death for best kill of the movie. I ultimately decided on Parker because it's such a malicious kill. Like, she cooked his dog, captured him, and then forced Pop Rocks and Drano down his throat.
Yeah,
like,
that's a bitch.
fuck that guy in particular. It's almost like as if she hated him more than Natalie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there is a lot, especially killing a man's dog. That's low.
But like, I don't know. I also think that like it follows like the classic horror trope where like the most unsavory character gets like the worst death in all of the movie. Line can't be anything else. Someone's in the back seat.
Someone's in the back seat!
Brad Dourif delivering that line. He's so good. Stinker as well. Poor Hootie. His owner was Parker. Treated him like a frat bro, feeding him gravity bongs. Apparently wanted to pierce his nose.
Under no circumstances should you either feed a dog alcohol or pierce their nose. I'm an animal
or cook
lover.
them in a microwave.
Or definitely don't cook them in a microwave.
Adam Sandler did the same thing in Grown Ups too. They fed that dog alcohol and he seemed fine.
So clearly,
if the Sandman did it, it's
it's a movie.
Tom Hanks did in Turner and Hooch as well.
Oh yeah, Turner and Hooch.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Now we got Hootie right in with us.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad Hootie's
We'll treat him
found
better.
himself a good home here with us.
Bearclaw.
So for my hook, I actually had the Dean's death just because I found it comical. It kind of was very reminiscent of the garage door death of Rose McGowan and Scream,
that's a good
because
callback.
it was like one of those things where the physics wouldn't work, but I still found it entertaining and creative. So I was really kind of behind it. I thought the Dean's death was a good one. It also marked the turning point in the movie when it starts to really get a little bit more interesting. So that's what I really liked about it. The line I have is when Brenda and Natalie were having their final showdown there, and Natalie goes, "You're fucking crazy."
You're fucking crazy. I prefer the term eccentric, but yeah, I guess you could say I'm a little nutty.
But yeah, I guess I'm a little nutty. And that sounds like somebody who would plot all these murders and do it on the date. And that's what I mean when I say like Brenda seems like the kind of person who would put all this stuff together versus some random fisherman from the first one who'd probably just knife everybody in a bar.
Hey, we all go mad sometimes.
Yeah. And the stinker I have is just that it's a little bland, you know. When it comes to horror movies, it's just a little bland. Some stuff doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I forgive that stuff with it being fun. But one thing I don't forgive is it just being a little bit like, nah. Like, they could have given the killer some type of signature mask or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something that,
I hear you.
Something that set it a little bit apart. Because I think technically it was very good, but the killer, you know, I mean, the double-sided axe, I guess you could say, is kind of the signature, but I don't know.
Not really even used that much, though.
Yeah, it really only used in Sasha's death and the initial first death, but yeah, that was my stinker. I do have an honorable mention with the hook and the dog's death, because I thought that was kind of a moment. I don't know, have you guys ever seen the movie For a Few Dollars More?
Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, with Clint Eastwood, and where, you know, it's the villain's opening and he kills the guy's family and they're about to do a shoot off and he goes, "Now you hate me just enough." And it's like, I feel like the dog's death is like that moment in the movie where it's like, now you hate the killer just enough. Like, so I thought the dog's death was actually a good hook because it really made you not like the killer.
Logan.
My hook is Damon's death. I hated Damon. I thought he deserved everything that got to him. I don't like a guy who like lies about his girlfriend dying. That was really effed up just to get her to sleep with her.
Suck me, beautiful.
Suck me, beautiful!
Like, there's other ways to get a girl to like you, and one of the ways is not by lying to her right to your face and then instantly going, "Hey, you know, you like me. I know that." Like, oh God, he deserved that. Line is, I said it earlier.
Had yourself a little frat boy protein shake, did ya?
Gotta love it. That's why Sasha's in my Hall of Fame, because she's a sex symbol.
Yeah. In
real life, yeah.
In this time period,
American Pie.
Tara Reid could do no wrong.
I'm coming.
Oh yeah. Why don't you just blow on it a little bit?
Jesus. And then my stinker, I did have the dog as an honorable mention, but this took the cake.
Oh.
The singing. My God. I almost turned the movie off. Because my God, she was starting to irritate me because it went on for an hour and it was only seconds. That's how much I hated it.
Time froze.
I was ready to turn the movie off, but you know what? I was like, no, I want to see how this goes because I want to see her leave the goddamn screen. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, shut up. Like, just let it go. Don't sing.
Any honorable mentions? No.
I jumped the gun on my.
Yeah, no. I know you had one. My honorable mention is the one Dan mentioned with someone's in the back seat. But I think what was really cool is I heard that Brad Dourif took this part from his role in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with the stuttering.
Yeah.
And he put it into his character here on purpose.
So it like ties. Maybe the guy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, he got a little bit better, went and bought himself a gas station, then tried to save a young girl and was rewarded with a swift kick to the nuts.
And possibly brought back to said institution.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's time for our final rating.
They're gonna rate the movie. Well, will they rate the movie? The killer is great, the victim sucks, the survivor is in between. What was that?
Our final rating system is Killer. It's our highest rating. It's awesome. We would highly recommend, and it is a must-watch. Survivor is our middle tier. It's a good movie we would probably recommend and has some rewatchability. And finally, The Dreaded Victim. It's our lowest rating. It's a bad movie we do not recommend and no rewatchability. I'm giving Urban Legend a killer. I've been kind of a killer slut the last couple movies.
Wow, okay.
You dirty girl.
Jesus Christ, Warner
Talk
Brother
to me,
before
Daddy.
you.
You know what? I find these movies really good, and this is why. Because they all have things that are not great within them. They have faults. Sure. But I think what's great about them is they're fun, and this is a really fun movie. I always thought Urban Legend was like the little brother of I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream. It was always number 3 for me. And I probably still consider it 3, but that's okay. Like, I think what this one does really well is, like Bearclaw had touched on, I think the mystery and killer reveal are really perfect because, yeah, for me, the middle part of this movie is slow. And if they didn't have the amazing killer reveal for me, this would have probably been a Survivor because I think, you know, it's not a bad movie necessarily, but the killer reveal at the end just like put it over the top. I love how they brought it around with the bookend of now this is the urban legend and they're telling it. I thought that was perfect. A female killer is badass. Brenda's badass. I love Rebecca Gayheart. Just something about her is unsettling and awesome.
She does have kind of a crazy girl vibe. I will give you that. Like, even earlier in the movie when I had no idea, I still was kind of like, I don't know about this Brenda character.
Those crazy girls, they get in there. But yeah, I think this is one of those underrated movies. Dan had touched on it earlier. I don't think it's talked about enough, and I think it should be talked about more in the horror community. As far as slashers go, it's really good with the story. I do agree with Bearclaw. The killer itself isn't amazing with like a mask or aesthetic, but that just shows you how good I think the story and mystery played off because it does overcome some of the faults.
Just a quick question because I think it's kind of an interesting question. Do you think if you went to a con with the overcoat on and a fake double-sided axe or something, do you think you'd get recognized as this killer?
I think so.
Yeah, because
you think so?
People at cons are crazy
I think,
people.
Yeah, for cons, yes. But like anywhere else?
Or maybe like a con that's not horror specific.
Yeah, probably not.
You probably wouldn't get like Jason, everybody's going to know who that is. Except for me, I've never seen Jason, but some people will know who that is.
Sometime soon, Bearclaw. But yeah, that's what I think. How about you, Dan?
I can't leave you hanging. I am also going to give Urban Legend. I was thinking about giving it a Survivor, but after our discussion, I think you guys are right. There's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad, but I think the good outweighs the bad, and I'm going to change mine from a high-end Survivor to Killer. Ooh. I mean, the one thing that I really have a hard time with is, again, just the killer being like almost like unkillable. Like the fake outs at the end are the thing that really bother me the most about the movie. And I think that kind of, for me, it makes it a little cartoonish at the end, and it kind of loses points on like the rewatchability factor. Overall, though, like, I love the kills. I like that it's a love letter, much like Scream is, in how it executes all the horror movie tropes. I love the fact that like all the douchey characters, with the exception of Paul, really get good comeuppance kills, especially like Parker and Damon. Like that epic chase scene that's very reminiscent of Halloween 2's chase scene through the hospital. Classic late 90s, early 2000s horror with all those jump scares, like the over-the-top kills, useless adults and cops, evil villain exposition dumps, the car won't start, who done it, a masked or hooded psycho, and red herrings galore. It takes a lot of fun and suspense elements from previous generations and weaves them into this movie. I recommend giving it a watch. I think it's an underrated classic of the 90s decade.
I think for Dana it was the good, the bad, and the poor.
Yeah.
Bearclaw, how about you? Where are you landing on this one?
I came into this kind of thinking of it as a killer, but as we've discussed it, I think I'm leaning more towards high-end Survivor, and I'll tell you why. I think I'm going to give it a high-end Survivor, and the reason I'm going to do that is because while it is competent, I don't think that competent is enough to get it into the killer. I think there's got to be some of that special sauce, that secret sauce, a little fresh fennel in the mix. You know, there's got to be something that really leaves a lasting impression. And while I think this is a good movie, I think it is a competent movie. I think it's one I would recommend to somebody if they're really into this era of horror and they want to see a flavor of this, because I think this takes a lot of stuff from Scream. I think it takes a lot of stuff, but I didn't find it particularly innovative. I didn't find anything that was that I think really puts it in that rarefied killer air. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a high-end Survivor. I think it is worth watching. I think it is a fun time. I think they capture a lot of good things. I think it's a good run-of-the-mill pre-2000s horror movie, but I don't think it has enough special. Even though it's got a lot of great actors in it, I don't think there's enough that's special about it to really put it into that killer category. So high-end Survivor for me.
Awesome. Logan, how about you?
Based on the fact that I fell asleep 4 times while watching this, I can't give it anything higher than a victim. I think like that's just fair for it. You know, I would give it an NR because of the fact that I fell asleep. But then at the same time, it's like you fell asleep because you didn't like the movie. Like, I'm just going to be 100% honest. I didn't like the movie. I don't think it was for me. I think there were certain aspects of the movie I loved. Like, I do like the unique kills. I like the unique atmosphere, and I just think there's a lot of characters that are like interesting, but at the same time, the bad pacing, the ending, and just overall, like there was just no like actual enthusiasm for me to watch through. That just couldn't go any further than a victim. So I got to give it to that. It just didn't work for me, brother.
All right. Well, Nathan, our producer, gave his rating, and he said...
I'm very curious to see what Nathan has to say about this.
Hopefully Nathan joins me.
Urban Legend has a fun premise, but unfortunately that doesn't elevate it above the other post-Scream slashers. And frankly, I got pretty bored halfway through lower-end Survivor.
He caught the lull, too.
Yeah, I think that's a common thread. Even through all of us, really. We also asked you, our audience, what your thoughts were on Urban Legend. So let's check our Instagram, and that's at mouths.of.madness. From Natalie _May_, it's not perfect, but it's a real fun watch. Killer. Oh. From James Shannon Morant, 8 out of 10, like Scream and Friday the 13th, is a whodunit, and we get a female killer.
The only difference between this and Friday the 13th is that we know Brenda. We've seen Brenda before.
Did you like...
Brenda just doesn't come out of the ether as, I'm the killer, guys.
Did you like this one better than Friday the 13th?
Oh, well, 1,000% better than Friday the 13th. I think I gave Friday the 13th a victim.
Survivor.
You did?
Really?
Yeah. I think out of...
I probably gave it a Survivor out of the just starting the Friday the 13th. Yeah.
That was the only one we've all given a Survivor. It's weird.
We gave it a pass.
We only have one movie we've all rated Survivor, and that was it.
Well, it's one of those things that's so historically important because I guess it introduces a killer named Jason, but
no, it doesn't.
I don't remember the last time I rated a movie of Survivor.
It's been a while, Logan. From 321 Ghost Pod, we're big fans. Killer. From Aaron Riley, 96, IG, very creative and underrated. From _ horrid horror _ underrated gem of a slasher.
I will say this. I agree with the underrated. I think 38% is harsh on
I think so too. Yeah.
I would have expected this to be more in the
50s, 60s.
60%.
Yeah.
Even the audience score is super
it's
low.
Pretty low.
From My Little Slice of Hell, it's another wannabe Scream teeny bopper shit. Wow. Well, not a fan.
Not a fan of slasher movies.
From Did You Get That on Film? It's one of the better post-Scream horror films of the 90s. Definitely worthy of the praise it has received as time has passed. From Dissect That Film Pod, a slasher that plays better than I Know What You Did Last Summer, with better performances, a better plot, and fun kills based around urban legends.
Hell yeah.
I will say, this is better than I Know What You Did Last Summer.
100%.
The twist was great, even if it didn't make that much sense. From Melanie _ St. George. Yes, I love this movie so much.
Now that's a yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
From Modern Monstrous, this is such a 90s movie, and that's only part of what makes it great, other than some of the stupid jokes like frat boy protein shakes.
Okay.
Puke emoji. Urban Legend takes a single premise and expands on it in ways that work like magic. Good red herrings, a female villain who lives, fun kills, and played to fears that everyone has but doesn't acknowledge. I mean, I really did think Mikey from Life cereal was dead for the longest time. Laugh out loud. Killer full show.
Is there any urban legends that you guys believed at any time? Like the one that comes to my mind that I feel the silliest for believing is I at one time thought that the kid from Wonder Years was Marilyn Manson.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
Paul from Wonder Years. Yeah. Jill from Straight Jacket Talk, me and her first started talking over this very subject that Paul from the Wonder Years was Marilyn Manson.
Yeah,
we had all heard that.
Yeah, that was an urban legend that I believe.
My goodness. And if you've heard that too, let us know.
And know that it's not true.
That we know.
Right.
Oh, man.
From Harley Quinn, 1913. I remember watching this as a kid and being scared a lot. I thought the plot line was good. The kills were great. The ending, of course, what a twist. And still a great 90s slasher. From Kate L 45678, I think this is definitely underrated. It is a really fun and clever premise. I wonder if it is overlooked because so many other horror movies came out in 98. Halloween H2O, The Faculty, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, just to name a few. I really like Alicia Witt. From James Shannon Morant, again, late 90s and some good horror movies. Yes, for sure. And he said also Scream gave horror movies a spark again. From Nick, horror fan, 88. Saw this movie in theaters at the height of the 90s horror revival. My favorite 90s slasher. Great cast, awesome soundtrack, and suburb killer reveal with a great before credits scene. You know what? We didn't even talk about the soundtrack. There was some bangers in this too. Stabbing Westward was in there.
Yep.
You know, we have the great turnaround.
Meatloaf thrown in there for good flavor.
From BJ Mumbo. And they just put 2 whoa faces. And finally, from Out of the Darkness Productions. I saw this in the theater upon its initial release. I love the premise of a killer using urban legends as a way to dispatch of the victims. I like the cast and think it's pretty well directed. I know there's gaps in logic and some silly stuff, but I'd give it a killer. Wow. Thank you all so much for your comments. We really love to hear what you all think about the movies we review. Before we end the episode, we want to embrace the madness and let you all know what we've been up to. For Straight Jacket Talk this week, I just watched the original Toxic Avenger for the first time.
That is a interesting film out of its time.
That is a B-rific movie if I've ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trauma movie.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's so iconically trash. It's horror trash. I love it. If you haven't seen it, if you like 80s, like B-movie stuff, I really recommend seeing it. You can also check out our review on Straight Jacket Talk, and I'll give you more of what I think of it. Last night, I went to see the new Naked Gun movie.
Oh, I gotta catch that. That looks so funny with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
We're finally allowed to laugh again.
Yeah, it's a comedy from the past.
I know.
It brings back some classic things from the original. It has a lot of the gags from like Austin Powers and things like that.
Yeah, baby.
It was really good. It's a comedy throwback. So if you're like us and you remember when comedy was real comedy, this is it. That's it for me. How about you, Dan?
A couple things that I've been catching up on. Twisted Metal Season 2 dropped last week.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with you on this one.
Huge fan of the video games growing up as a kid. My brother and I would sink hours into Twisted Metal 2 on the PlayStation. The nostalgia hits hard for me seeing characters like Sweet Tooth, Mr. Grimm, and Axel come to life on this show. It's so much fun, and they pack so much action into just 30-minute episodes. It's such a breeze to watch, and it's so much fun. And if you love the games, like, you're gonna love the show. It's fan service, 100%. The other thing that I caught was another one of my favorite horror movies. Is the follow-up 28 Years Later.
Oh, I haven't caught this one yet.
I haven't caught up to yet.
It got a lot of polarizing reviews. I really loved the direction the movie went. It subverted from 28 weeks and 28 days as like strong roots in survival horror and went more on this like anthro exposition into what normalcy looks like for humanity, like post-modernity, post like this catastrophic event. It mostly like lays the groundwork for the coming sequels that will further explore like this tribalistic nature that's evolved over the last 28 years on the island of England. It's like shut off still, like shut off for like the last 28 years. And like I will say, like this movie, it really pulls at your heartstrings, and like the young boy who is like the main character of the movie is incredible. Hands down, one of the best child actor performances I've seen in some time. I highly recommend checking out 28 Years Later.
Did you see anything big on the screen?
Bearclaw, how about you?
One of the revelations that I had this week was the new movie Weapons is out. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see that. I want to see it in the worst way. So I'll definitely be trying to hit the theaters and watch that. But I realized that was directed by the same person who did Barbarians, which is Zach Cregger, who I've been a huge fan of, being part of the Whitest Kids You Know comedy troupe. I don't know if you guys have seen the Whitest Kids You Know, but I mean, it's the funniest thing. And some of the sketches that he's in are just the funniest. There's one where he's like has a gallon of PCP and is walking around. I mean, that's one of the classic sketches that he's in. But really surprised to see him take the turn into horror with Barbarian and Weapons and like high-end horror too. So I thought that was kind of cool. But what I've really been doing is spending a lot of time on YouTube.
Payment videos?
Yeah, watching a lot of Payment is a Bird videos, which we all know is the truth. But actually watching a lot of indie horror movies that are on
very cool.
That are on YouTube, and all are like, you know, between 10 and 20 minutes long. My algorithm hit it just right, where all of a sudden I got this deluge of these movies.
Is there any in particular that you would recommend?
Yeah, there's a few that I have here. The one that I think would carry my highest recommendation, there's two of them. There's one that recently came out from Dan J Films, which is Better the Devil You Know. They do a psychological horror short film, but especially for those of us who grew up in the 90s with 90s TV shows, this one is a must watch. Better the Devil You Know. And then my second recommendation would be from Seamless Pictures, which is Robbie Ain't Right No More. That's kind of an interesting one that looks at like PTSD, but it takes some pretty wild turns that I would highly recommend. And then the other two, which are a little bit more cosmic horror, maybe if you yourself, like me, find yourself a fan of cosmic horror, there's The God Man and Portrait of God. Both are really good. The God Man is an animated movie, and Portrait of God is, I think, CGI, but both also worth checking out. And again, these are not going to take a ton of your time. These are all under 20 minutes long, so I mean, it's really just some fun horror to watch.
If you have not seen it yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend this. This sparked this thought in my head. The movie Milk and Cereal. It is so good. It's one of my favorite I'm not a found footage fan at all in horror, but Milk and Cereal just came out.
Captain Crunch being like a serial
No,
killer?
it's like Milk and Cereal, like spelled like serial killer.
Yeah.
It's a shorter movie. It's a found footage movie. It's like probably my favorite found footage movie that I've ever seen.
Really? Yep. All right. I just put that on my favorites.
Yeah,
so
but definitely check
that
out if you haven't seen it. It's really good watch. I love these Bearclaw. I'm gonna actually check these out.
And there's a ton of them out there too. Those are only the ones that I had the chance to. There's one I want to watch called The Chair, which looks pretty interesting. And another good one is Other Side of the Box, if you get a chance, because that's a real crazy horror short film. And again, runtime is like 15 minutes. So Other Side of the Box is a pretty good one too.
Box, you say?
Logan, how about
Call
you?
me a box man. Well, one of the big things is we did go see Fantastic Four. Finally saw it a second time, been scratching to watch it a second time. Even better. I love the movie. It's in my top 10 of Marvel movies, I think. Like, it's just so good. And obviously I rewatched all the Marvel movies to get a better sense of them, and yeah, it still holds up. It's such a good movie. I recommend that for everybody. I did start playing Indiana Jones, the new Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Oh my god!
How far are you in it?
Not far at all. Like I'm very much like a person where it's like, if I'm in a world, I'm just gonna go like.
So you're still in the Vatican then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be there for a while then.
Yeah, well, here's the problem. You get to a certain point and you're like, okay, how can I start making trouble? How can I get these fascists to pay me money? Let me just start stealing shit.
Oh yeah.
It's just the best. I love stealing. I love stealing.
Let me give you a piece of advice for that game. Spend the time in the boxing ring. That teaches you more about that game than anything else. Spending time in the boxing game, it forces you to upgrade where nothing else forces you to upgrade like that. So definitely spend some time in the boxing ring in any of the levels.
Yeah. One of the big things I did watch recently was Porco Rosso.
But I'd rather be a pig than a fascist.
I recommend that to everybody. It is a fun movie. Really good. It's a good Ghibli movie. It's on HBO Max. It is really fun. I love the main characters.
Is it a horror movie or?
No, it's
like Ghibli.
Ghibli. Have you ever seen?
Anime. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, in a sense. I think like those kind of movies I look for a lot because I'm just like, oh man, there's so many good ones. One of the ones I did recently look at was one that Sophie Thatcher was talking about, and I was interested in watching it, is The Last Unicorn. I haven't heard much about it, but then I was like, oh, might as well look at this. And she also liked Porco Rosso, so I'll definitely be checking that out soon.
Well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Mouths of Madness on your favorite audio platform and YouTube. If you've enjoyed your descent into madness, we really would appreciate it if you would rate us 5 stars and leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram at mouths.of.madness. We have a great YouTube channel where you can check out all of our awesome video content, including our new episode of Straight Jacket Talk on the Toxic Adventure right now at Mouths of Madness. Finally, we have our email address. Write to Bearclaw at thepaddedroom@outlook.com and let him know what is your favorite urban legend story.
Yeah, tell me all about, your favorite urban legend. Tell me all about your favorite SCP. For those of you who know, you know.
know.
Tell me
I
all
don't
about
know.
What?
I don't know.
You guys
I want to know.
Oh yeah, no. There's a crazy rabbit hole you can go down with these maleficent
Crazy rabbit hole?
entities. Yeah,
Like payment?
SCPs. Yeah. Well, it's a security classification thing, and if you've ever played the game Control, you'll have a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about, which is also an A+ video game. But yeah, email me about it. Email me about any of those subjects and let me know.
Awesome. Well, that does it for our review on Urban Legend. But we'll be back soon with another episode, and we're going to be reviewing The Faculty as we finish off the Summer of Madness 2025. We hope you'll join us. But until then, back to the padded room with you.
Okay, guys, we're back on the road here.
All right. What's that bumping sound?
What?
Did you hit somebody?
You guys, Logan, do you hear that?
Oh God, we gotta go out and investigate again. Jesus Christ,
I'm pulling
we're just here.
So we're killing
I
so
don't
much
wanna go
time
on
where
that.
we're
Check this
delaying
out.
our.
Did we hit
our
somebody
arrival.
again? Oh my God.
You guys
He's gonna have to
are
listen to
really gonna
music.
make me get out of the car right now.
All right.
Yeah, I guess. You know what, Bearclaw? Yeah, why don't you go investigate? It's your car, man.
All right, yeah.
You're driving.
Oh, I think it's coming from the trunk. Okay, all right. I'm going.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's a raccoon.
Oh, what are you doing back here?
Nathan.
Nathan.
Oh, come on.
I've been back here so long.
Oh my God. We forgot Nathan in the trunk.
Happens to the best of us.
I'm gonna kill all of you.
That's how the story goes.